In Tennessee, 120,000 people are living with Alzheimer's. That disease is the sixth leading cause of death in the U.S. and also the most expensive. So you can imagine caring for someone with this disease can be a big challenge. So joining me now to talk more about this and ways you can get help as a caregiver is Kay Watson with Alzheimer's Tennessee. Kay, thanks so much for being here.
Absolutely, and thank you for talking about this with us.
Yeah, it's sometimes a tough topic to talk about. Of course, we know that there are many people living in Tennessee with Alzheimer's, and of course they have loved ones and family members. It can be a difficult challenge to get that diagnosis. What is it like for families?
You know, it's different for every family, and every family is going to respond uniquely and based on their loved one and what their loved one's needs are. And so we think it's important that people know that they're not alone with this disease. And whether it's dementia, which is the big umbrella, and then Alzheimer's is a type of dementia, or whether it's another related type of dementia. Alzheimer's Tennessee has been in our community for more than 40 years to help families. I've heard of families who come straight from the doctor's office and pull in our office in Bearden on Kingston Pike, the Purple Building, and start to ask the questions, because there's a lot of questions with this disease, and those questions change as this disease progresses, and it does progress. It does get harder and harder, and just when you think you have it figured out, then it seems like there's a new set of challenges. And so it begins with that short-term memory loss, and not the kind where people are just busy, because I think we hear from a lot of people who are the worried well, perhaps, but we're talking about those who really don't have that recall, and they can't find it, you know, they can't seem to get it back. So they forget something. They said they were going to come and talk to you today at noon. You are texting and calling them and going, "Where are you?" And they're going, "What are you talking about?" And they don't have the recall. So that's the more of a red flag when it comes to that recent memory loss, which is what you see early in this disease. But as Alzheimer's progresses, it affects everything about us. It's a brain disease, and so it is affecting, you know, how we communicate. It is affecting how we eat and whether we can eat. And so it really does go through all of the stages and impact so much about us. So we want to make sure families who are living with this disease, because it is the individual, and we have amazing programs for those individuals who get the diagnosis. We have some awesome programs for those who are living with Alzheimer's disease and they're doing it well. And so we have some great programs for them. And then we also have programs for those family members, those care partners. And some of them sometimes they're professional. So we work with the family partners and the caregivers who are professional. And we have workshops like one that's coming up here this month in Knox County on March 21st. And so that is free. So it's a free workshop, and it is a good portion of the day, but we have an amazing presenter who's going to be talking about the home and what we can do to make our homes safer, more comfortable, less distracting, and also stimulating. So because someone with Alzheimer's might at some point in this disease spend a lot of time at home, we want to make sure our homes are set up the best way possible. And so whether it's talking about music and TV and what we want to be on and when we want it to be on and when we don't, so that it doesn't create a distraction, so that television, if we're watching something, doesn't suddenly feel like their reality, helping families understand how that happens. Also plates and dishes. So white plates, serving mashed potatoes on white plates is not going to make life easier when Alzheimer's is already challenging. So what can we do to make life easier for someone with Alzheimer's disease? It has to do with rugs, it has to do with mirrors, all these things. And so one of the experts who will be presenting at this workshop will talk about a lot of those things. Plus, we have an attorney who comes and answers questions. A lot of people have questions about legal issues. And so making sure we have a basic understanding of how we can be the most helpful and making sure our paperwork is ready so that we can be helpful, because there are ways that you can be helpful, and then we're adults, and so we have privacy and things like that. So figuring all that out is really important, especially early on in the course of this disease. And then we have a physician who will also be presenting, and so making sure we ask those questions, because when we go to see the doctor, Alzheimer's is a big topic. And doctors don't always have that much time. And so this will give people an opportunity to really ask some questions that they need to understand, because, you know, there's the medical aspect of this disease, there's the living with this disease, and there's just a lot.
So that is the workshop coming up later this month, but you also have some walks in the community coming up. If you want to come out and support the cause, fundraising, of course, is very important.
We walk to make Alzheimer's a memory. We walk so that we can have free workshops and help families like we do every single day who come by the office or call the office, who come to our support groups. We have so many services right here. We're a local organization, have been since the start. So walking to make Alzheimer's a memory is what we do, and we'll be actually at World's Fair Park, looking at the picture right there. I don't know if everyone, and so we'll be there on Saturday, April 13th. And so we're encouraging people to sign up now and get their teams going. A team can be one person, it can be 3 people, it can be people you work with, people you go to church with, your neighbors, your family. Honor a loved one, memorialize a loved one. There's a reason we're all coming there. There's a reason for everyone who understands this disease and has lived with this disease or is living with this disease. And so we walk to make Alzheimer's a memory on Saturday morning in Knoxville on the 13th. We'll be in Alcoa at the Alcoa High School on April 6th, and we'll be in Clinton on April 27th. So your Saturdays in April are now booked.
You heard it from Kay.
Yes.
Well, Kay, thank you so much for sharing all of this information. I imagine if people have some question about exact dates in this workshop, they can go to your website.
Absolutely. alztennessee.org. It's not short. Nothing about Alzheimer's is easy. Alzheimer's. So it's alztennessee.org /workshops if you want to go straight to workshops /walk if you want to go straight to the walk page.
All right. Thanks again so much. Now we